Hi and welcome to pmplounge.com. This is Lounge Fever, wherein we try to answer your burning questions. If you have any questions, do let us know, do send them to us, and a lot of you actually do through our YouTube comments and through our email, that is pmplounge at gmail.com, pmplounge@gmail.com. We also get a lot of questions through Quora. So if you have a question for us that is related to project management, do feel free to send that to us. Today, there's no specific question that we are discussing, but we are basically looking into the examples of supportive, controlling, and directive PMOs. So, what is a supportive PMO? What is a controlling PMO? What is a directive PMO? We have actually had made a video on this already, and I'll link to that in the description. So go over to that video and check that out if you are not sure about the difference between these three kind of PMOs. For your sake, since we are only looking at certain examples, certain scenarios in this video, I'll quickly tell you the difference between these three type of PMOs. So PMO is basically a project management office. A supportive PMO is a PMO is an office that basically provides documents and templates to the PMs to fill out and to help them with their project, with their project and to manage that project. A controlling PMO is basically a PMO that is prescribing the project management framework, right? That is the basically the front runner of how projects will be managed in an organization, right? And they can also review the work that the project manager does on his or her project. And a directive PMO is basically a PMO that assigns project managers to the project. So basically, project managers do not have their own separate hierarchy, right? They report to the PMO. So that is a kind of directive PMO. So these are the three different types of PMOs. We have a detailed video and article on this. I'll link to the detailed video in the description. You can go over, watch that video, and come back and take a look at these scenarios and try to guess which PMO we are talking about here. Let's get started. All right, so the PMO meets the project manager every once in a while to go over the project documents to ensure compliance. Now, what kind of PMO is this? The PMO is meeting project manager every once in a while, and PMO means someone from the PMO, or let's say a team from the PMO is meeting the project manager every once in a while, and they go over the project documents and they ensure that compliance are being met. This is definitely controlling PMO, right? This is an example of controlling PMO. This is a scenario that involves controlling PMO, right? PMO audits the project status at regular intervals to ensure reporting integrity. So, you know, a project throughout the life of a project, right? The project manager sends out a lot of reports to higher management, to other stakeholders, right? So, a PMO that does a regular interval, a status check, right? An audit of all these status, right? It does a check on that status to make sure that the reports that are going out, the integrity of the reports that are going out. Again, this is controlling PMO. This is an example and a function of a controlling PMO. PMO shares the organization's knowledge base and lessons learned for the PM to use. Now, all three PMOs can do this, but the primary function of a supportive PMO is to share the organization's knowledge base. It could be anything. It could be a software. It could be a website. It could be an internal website or anything, right? That knowledge base is shared by the supportive PMO to the project manager to ensure that common mistakes are not repeated. And that's the same thing with lessons learned as well, right? You are assigned a project to work on by the PMO. And this is something that we discussed in the beginning itself, right? If A PMO assigns a project manager to a project. That is a directive PMO. Before the project can move from design to coding, so your design is done, and before you can move to coding, the PMO ensures that all the prescribed design processes were followed. This again is an example of controlling PMO. This is a scenario where controlling PMO, folks from the controlling PMO will come in and they'll check, they'll make sure, they'll do an audit, they'll verify and validate that everything that you had to do for completing design, you've done it, and now you can move on to coding. Last one, PM reaches out to the PMO for a template of change log. So the project manager, you as a project manager, are reaching out to the PMO and asking for a template of change log. Well, distribution of templates is something which supportive PMO's main function is, right? So uh, the the main function of supportive PMO is to distribute templates, and that is what, if a PM is reaching out to them to get a template of changelog, that PMO is most likely going to be a supportive PMO. So these were some of the examples of the PMOs that we had gone over in this video. Hope you learned something about PMOs. And like I said, the link to another video on PMOs describing what PMOs are will be available in the description. Do go over, watch that video, and understand what PMOs are. And it's an important exam topic as well, right? Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so already, and check us out on our social media, facebook.com/pmblounge and twitter.com/pmblounge. And as always, do check out the website pmblounge.com, your number one free resource for PMP certification and project management industry information. Thank you.